Mark, I'm guessing it was a much more positive team review this week after that win against Widnes.
Yeah, it wasn't the fact that it was negative the week before. You know, we really understood where we were as a team against York, and it was a collective off day. So, you know, we pointed out the things that we needed to on the negative side, but we also pointed out some real positives as well. And it's been very similar so this week. You know, we're not getting ahead of ourselves. We've won a good game, a tight game against a good team. You know, we've identified some areas where we can keep getting better. You know, we're still early in the development as a team, and we've had a look at the good parts as well. So that's what happens throughout reviews, and we'll continue with that, I think.
When you look at that character and that connection of a team, you know, how pleasing was it that there was that response on Sunday though?
Yeah, very, very. You know, that's what we're building this current group on is the character of the group, is the connectivity of the group, and I spoke on Sunday about the 4 E's and what we look at throughout that. So, you know, that's everything that we've built throughout pre-season. And it was really pleasing to see it on Sunday.
A little bit of a short turnaround, the game brought forward to accommodate Toulouse's travel plans. Has that disrupted or affected preparations this week?
No, it hasn't. No, we knew about it prior to the season. You know, it's always been a 1 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon for us. So, you know, it's been in the calendar. It is a short turnaround, but you know, it is what it is. We'll get on with it and adjust accordingly. What's
the latest on Massimo Tongo? I know you said Sunday was going in the ambulance to hospital. What's the latest with Massimo?
Yeah, so he obviously had the shoulder put back into place on Sunday. You know, he's now in a sling for 10 days, and then he's got an appointment to see a specialist then. You know, so we'll have to wait and see what that brings up. You know, he's obviously absolutely gutted, and we are as a club as well, and as a group. So we'll put our arms around Massey and we'll support him, and then wait and see what news he gets when he sees a specialist.
Is it too early to put an ETA whether or not? Yeah,
it's far too early. You know, it could need an operation. It could be managed without operation. There's just, you know, there's too many variables to put any timelines on things. So I'd rather have an accurate one to be able to give you the rather than speculate.
Just on Massey, one final point, Mark. I'm guessing it'll be very similar to how you approach Jack Walker. You know, showing a lot of care and consideration, and you know, making sure he's okay in his rehabilitation.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, person comes first, and he's a human being at the end of the day. You know, so he's got the full support of the group, which you know, is already expressed his gratitude at. We'll continue with that, you know, for as long as we need to, until we can get Massey out there, because in the 26 minutes he played, I thought he showed some great touches. I thought he showed what he can add to this group, and off the field he adds a lot as well. You know, he's really diligent in his minor details and how he goes about things, and how he, you know, looks after himself as a professional player as well. So, you know, is a big part of the group going forward, and we'll do what we need to do to help and support him in his rehab.
Just a quick one on Eben Skur. How many games has he got left?
Eben's 2 games left, so it'll be this week, and Miss Featherstone as well, and then he'll come into contention for the Challenge Cup the week after.
And based on his pre-season, is it going to be a case of you're missing this week and Featherstone, and more than likely going to be straight in?
Eben's just like any other player. You know, he's got to earn the right. You know, he's caught the ban, and you know, he's done what he needs to do. He's training well. You know, so I've no problems with him on that front. You know, it's just about how he forces his way into the team, and then if and when he does that, how he keeps hold of his shirt. You know, so that's the challenge to everybody in the squad at the moment. We've got a healthy-ish squad. You know, we've got a couple of injuries which are well documented, but other than that, we're pretty healthy. We are still in the market for new players. You know, it's no secret that, you know, recruitment's ongoing, and anybody that gets a shot has got to do their very best to keep the shirt, because if not, there'll be somebody chopping at the bit waiting to take it.
It's Toulouse and Odsal on Saturday. Mark, what's the team news?
Yeah, so we lost obviously Massey, as we've just spoken about, and Bodine due to his HIA on the weekend. But yeah, really happy that Michael Lawrence comes back into contention. Josh Johnson comes into contention after missing Widnes, and there's a possibility that we'll get, you know, some Joe Reg players from Leeds. So they're all possibilities, and we'll adjust and react accordingly to what's given to us.
On the dual reg situation from Leeds, has Rowan give you any hints at what might be available this week?
Yeah, there's a couple of possibilities that we're aware of, and we're just discussing that as we speak. So we'll find out very shortly on that.
Brad Foster, you did mention him there, Mark. Is he still?
Yeah, so Brad did some running with the physios on Tuesday. He's still particularly tight in and around that back area. But he has made big improvements. So again, we'll have a look at Brad tonight. He was part of the squad at the weekend, so he'll always be in contention this week, unless the physios rule him out tonight. So we'll have a look at him tonight and take that from there.
You mentioned right at the start of the season you want to make Odsal a fortress. You want to put a capital F in formidable. Making teams work hard for every point here. How much of a test is that going to be when Toulouse arrive on Saturday, knowing that they're pretty much at 100%? And I was looking at the stats. I think they've scored 24, 25 tries, and just the one try conceded against Barrow in round one.
Yeah, they're a good side, aren't they? They've just dropped down from Super League, so it's to be expected that they're a good team. They're littered with quality. Again, they're a really strong spine and a formidable forward pack as well. They've played 3 games and conceded 1 try in 3 games, and over the last 2 games, I think they've won 56-0 and 36-0. So, they're a good side, and we're going to have to earn everything we get, and we're going to have to be very, very good defensively to make Toulouse earn everything they get as well. But this is what we're in the sport for, isn't it? Big challenges, and this is a big challenge, so we'll embrace it and we'll tackle it head on.
Do you think the unique situation with Odsal and the field will play into your favour on Saturday?
Not really. It's a piece of grass. It's the same size for both teams, and people have just got to get on with it. And it was documented last year that apparently we couldn't play on it, and now this year that we can. It's documented the other way. So I don't buy into any of that. It's a piece of grass. There'll be 17 or 18 blokes selected for each team, and the best team will win on the day. 2
home games, 2 near 5,000 crowds. How important can the fans be on Saturday, Mark?
Yeah, massive. I don't think it's disrespectful to say there won't be many, if any, come from Toulouse. So, everybody in the ground should hopefully have the Bradford Bulls, at the forefront of their minds, and the atmosphere created on Sunday was electric, and hopefully we can give them something else to shout about at the weekend, and they can get right behind us and cheer us on. And
just finally, you talk about that connection with the players, but with yourself and the fans, didn't go unnoticed to me from the gantry, at full time when you're going down the tunnel and all the fans are on the terraces saluting you and applauding you.
It's always nice, isn't it? We talk about connections, but we spoke a lot in pre-season about us connecting with the fans as well. It's to have a successful club, you need connection throughout the club, and connection's really, really good from management down to players and staff, and we're trying to branch that out to connect with our fans and give them a team that they can relate to, a team that resembles Bradfordians and how we are as people. And if we carry on doing that, then I think they'll forgive errors and things like that.